Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. For the past 3-4 days, we have been dwelling on the various facets of Papa's life and mission. Next Sunday happens to be his 63rd Mahasamadhi day. In order to ensure that the day does not just go like any other day, we are trying to recollect, renew our resolves, commitments, to live up to what is expected of us. He gives us the feeling that we should try to understand him properly. The moment we all say, Papa, this charming figure, this inspiring figure comes before our mind. And his life, starting as an ordinary householder, a professional, a social being, and how the turn comes in 1920 to 1922. From there, from the small cocoon of individualism, how he was made to come out of it, and then identified with the whole creation. So up to that, there is one individual. After that, there is another reality. So on the Mahasamadhi day, suppose we try, at least intellectually now first we try. That trial might enable us to renew many of the things. Due to our various priorities and preoccupations, though we know it, it must be lying untouched, unexplored. So we have to now bring it out, the real Papa. There are two Papa. For the sake of our exploration, we can say there are two Papa. One is the Papa that we see him as Papa. Another is the Papa who blossomed from the small individual to the universal Guru. So who is Papa? The other Papa we have fairly an idea. But the second dimension of Papa, okay, we are trying to explore. Mataji, during her talks, when Mataji was insisting that we should know who really Papa is, her words, Papa's infinite aspect is all emptiness, the great void, the void within us. How can one's mind even imagine what the Absolute is like? So, many of you might know, might not know, especially newcomers, that when Mataji was referring to the word Papa, 99% of us got halted with this form. But Mataji kept on repeatedly emphasizing that Papa's Nirguna aspect, not the Saguna aspect alone. Saguna aspect enabled us to know the Nirguna aspect. In Mataji's own words, from the Deha-buddhi to vishwa-buddhi, from the micro to the macro. That is why she now says, Papa's infinite aspect is all emptiness, the great void, the void within us. That itself makes us to start deeply exploring, One word. What is that great void? Which word, which expression? Papa also used it in his first book, In Quest of God, in the first chapter, in the first para. When he was passing through the severest stressful period, and when he cried, where is rest, where is peace? Then he writes the heartfelt prayer. When the cry was heard, from the great void the answer came. This is what he writes. He did not say a word about God. He did not say it is Almighty Lord of the universe, indwelling reality, Atman, Brahman, all these conventional words, no. But he introduced this reality as the great void. And then he says, the voice was from Ram. And he defines Ram as subtle and mysterious power, not an entity. So Mataji says, Papa's infinite aspect is all emptiness, the great void within us. Suppose we start going deeper and deeper into it, we might get something, very difficult, because that which cannot be expressed, that which cannot be defined, even if we have a glimpse, it will be difficult for us to explain it. It is inexplicable because it is beyond the boundaries of all knowables. In the Namosava, we bring one example, When we open a page, we see the letters. We don't see the whiteness behind it. Without whiteness, that letters cannot exist. And in between the letter also there is that whiteness. That whiteness is the great void. It is very much present, but we don't recognize. We are carried away only by the letters. The substratum behind that is not recognized by us. Whether we recognize it or not, its existence cannot be denied. That's why it says, the great void, the void within us.
The void is not only in between the word letters, it is inside the letter also.
Inside the letter also. So then we try to go deeper. Papa, in one of his famous quotation about Ramnam, he says, utterance of God's name is to make the mind ultimately still, free from all thoughts. It is in the stillness that you know and realize God. Now, what is the stillness? Can we explain stillness? No. When the thoughts are set at rest, what comes out of that, the experience that comes out of it, we call it as stillness, that's all. We cannot explain further because it is beyond, it is past thoughts. That is why he is inexplicable. So everything starts from that stillness. The stillness is the great void. We are trying to understand Papa, no? So from the limited form, how he takes us to the unlimited, no? When he uses the word great void. On a lighter way, she said, Mataji was telling, today is the Guru Purnima day. Papa will put you all to severe test. He normally tests us, but today it will be more than usual. After a pause, must be in the same room or here. This must have happened. After a pause, you have failed, all of you, in the very first test. When I mentioned a short while back that Papa would put you all to test, not one among the four of you present here inquired what test I was referring to. Thus, you have all failed in the very first test. Devotee, what was the special test Mataji was referring to? I will tell you a little later. Papa's tests come to us in 3 or 4 ways. First, we have to stand guard to see whether the functions we do with our body are dominated by body consciousness or universal consciousness. Deha-buddhi or vishwa-buddhi. Then in our conduct towards those around, we have to test ourselves from moment to moment to see if our behavior, our way of talking with them is dominated by the Deha-buddhi or Vishwa-buddhi. The third test is to see whether whatever we do takes us closer to Papa or not. This should be the yardstick by which we can measure all our thoughts and actions. In our exploration to know who real Papa is, Papa stands for the Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikara, Shashwata, Ananda Swarup. It is all-pervading, it is indwelling. So through this form, he is taking us to the formless, provided we follow him. Ordinarily it is difficult, because we have only one vehicle called the thought. And the thought has no entry there. However, the thought has entry to some limited extent. That is the Deha-buddhi to the Vishwa-buddhi. From the individual to the universal. Beyond that, it cannot travel. So, beautiful presentation of Mataji by this. In the form of a test she is bringing out. First, we have to guard to see whether the functions we do with our body are dominated by body consciousness or universal consciousness. Whether it is dominated by the me and mine or something higher than that. We may not be in a position to take a leap to the highest straight away, little by little. A little more higher than the me and me. A little more higher than what we have got. A little more higher than, like that, Out of 100 transactions we do right from the morning till evening, we can see for ourselves whether it is dominated by this. Whether the functions we do with our body are dominated by body consciousness or universal consciousness, Deha Buddhi or vishwa-buddhi. We have to keep watch on our movements and actions. To understand the real Papa in us. Then in our conduct toward those around us, we have to test ourselves from moment to moment if see our behavior, our way of talking with them is dominated by Deha Buddhi or vishwa-buddhi. The third test is to see whether whatever we do takes us closer to Papa or not. Where the identity, to be more frank, identity to the individuality is moving away. Then only we move towards him, Keeping the me and mine intact, suppose we start trying, it is difficult. That is what she points out. When Deha Buddhi is predominating, we will not be able to move toward the vishwa-buddhi. Individualism to the universalism. Individual is all right. We individual perfectly all right. God has given us this sense of individuality with a body, mind, intellect. Okay. But individualism, that means everything is identified or with this only, with this conditioning called the individual. Normally call it as ego. So Mataji wants us to third test is see whether whatever we do takes us closer to Papa or not. This should be the yardstick by which we can measure all our thoughts and actions. If our thoughts and actions are influenced by universal consciousness, it means we are indeed going nearer Papa. If, on the other hand, we allow ourselves to be ruled by the body idea, that is our identity, individual identity, it means that we are drifting away from Papa. Whatever we do, we should always have the dasatva, the feeling of being the servant in our heart, servant of him, the das of Ram. Yesterday it was mentioned, the mystic relationship with Ram by Papa. He says, though Ram and Ramdas are one, Ramdas would always like to be the Das of Ram. The three planes, which Papa beautifully explains. We have heard it many a time, but for the sake of newcomers, we will repeat that. Papa, in one of his articles about Lord Anjaneya, he mentions this dialogue. It is a very, very thought-provoking dialogue for sadhakas like us. We have to keep on repeating it. Those of us who are repeating Hanuman Chalisa every day, suppose we have this, we are praying to the Lord Anjaneya who is seated within our heart to raise us to that level. What is that level? Lord Ramchandra Murthy asked Lord Ramchandra, who are you? So Lord Anjaneya replies, as body, I am your servant. As an individual, I am part of you. As spirit, I am one with you. As an individual, as body, I am your servant. So whatever the body does, the dasatva attitude, that's why we remembered, Mataji points out that word, dasatva. Whatever we do, we should always have the dasatva, the feeling of being the servant. Very difficult. We will try. Having come to know this now, we will try. Our identity, the identity of ourselves, prevents us from feeling that dasatva. And identity cannot go easily. But we will try. Mataji is emphasizing, and Papa's sannyas, Samadhi day is approaching. So they chose to remind us through their teachings that it is high time, just simply telling everybody it is 63rd Samadhi day. No, as a sadhaka, how is it that I should make use of this wonderful opportunity given to me? So Anjaneya says, as body I am your servant, as an individual I am part of you, as spirit I am one with you. So when he says Ram and Ramdas are one, though Ramdas would always like to be the Das of Ram. These are all some of the priceless gems uttered by Papa, which are all perennial source of inspiration for us, to know him, to know the real Papa, through this form Papa, no doubt. Everything got revealed through that form. We again go back to Mataji's words. So the Deha-buddhi to vishwa-buddhi, our way of talking to them is dominated by, whether it is dominated by Deha-buddhi or vishwa-buddhi. The third test is to see that whatever we do takes us closer to Papa. With the me and mine, it cannot go closer. With the me and mine, it is very difficult. Because in one of his ways he says, we thought we will again bring it out, somehow it will again. What should be our attitude? Why this control F is not working? Huh? Seems to experience. Naked.
Sorry, Swamiji?
Naked.
Oh. Oh, text is not right. It's
Right.
gone into the tablet mode, Swamiji.
Suddenly.
Ah.
No, I did not go there at all.
Yes, sir.
It's all right. The thread
Okay.
is gone.
Okay.
Forget about it.
No, I can find it from here. Okay. Here. Not this one.
Not this.
Closer, yes.
No, don't go.
Here, here. Control F is not coming. Let me search. Typing it is not.
No, it is not coming.
Biharas.
No, it is not. I tried it. No.
Oh.
All those things I
I'll
tried.
restart it again. I'll restart quickly.
I don't know. It's all right. So here, elsewhere, he mentions that we should go to him in the spiritual nakedness of the soul. He says we have to shed everything. At that time, whenever we read, we have only a superficial, surface level understanding, literal understanding. But now when Mataji clarifies this, little more, she says about this vishwa-buddhi and deha-buddhi, So it was mere, that means the yardstick we can measure all our thoughts and actions. If our thoughts and actions are influenced by universal consciousness, it means we are indeed going nearer Papa. Going nearer Papa, that's why we remember that word. Because we have to shed what all we have imposed on us. Yesterday when the mention was made about identity, I am so and so, that identity. If we carefully go through it again and again and again, we find prior to this identity, this human birth has been there. Prior to this identity, the body has come. Prior to this identity, the body did not bring anything else when it came from the mother's body. Even after coming to this earth, we did not have any identity immediately. But after that, the identity has taken over us completely. See that? So when we ask these three questions to ourselves, did we do anything for our human birth, the present me and mine? No. Did we do anything for this body? No. Did we bring anything with us when we came from the mother's body? No. Did we make any provisions for the basic requirements for the body to sustain the Panchabhutas, the sun, the rain, without which the body cannot exist, without air, without water, without space, without earth, without the body temperature. Did we do anything? The one which identifies I am. Did we do anything? Mataji is pointing out to that. So even before that identity, the I amness is there. But at a certain point, this identity came and slowly got thickened, and now it has taken over us fully. Not possible. So just think, we are trying to understand the Papa in us. So at least now it zeroes to this, that Papa, great void means this going beyond the identity, which cannot be expressed in any way. At the same time, the I amness is there. Not that I amness is not there, but the real I amness, which was there prior to my getting this label as so and so. The power that gave us this human birth, the power that gave us this body, through some instrumental causes, okay. Papa names it as the first cause. We were born to our parents were born to their parents, they were born to their parents. We can keep on repeating this word, but there must be a first cause, Only from something can come out, from nothing can come out. At least logic says there should be a cause. So Papa puts it beautifully. He said the first cause. That first cause is responsible for our human birth, for our human body, for all the things that are basically needed for the existence of this human body. And later on, to function as an individual, he gave us an identity. Just like we all carry Aadhaar card, no? Or election voter card. But only for that particular purpose we use it now. But in this case, this identity has taken off. For the sake of individual, to call each other, to do vyavahar, we need an identity that was given by God. No? Body, mind, intellect, equipment, and a name, everything is given. But unfortunately, we forgot about our real inner content. So Mataji is gently pointing out to this. That is the real Papa. So when this is mentioned, we remember Swami Chinmayanandaji's words. Let us all try to keep on remembering, let us not distract our mind. We are trying to understand the indwelling reality, Papa. So he is giving us various methods by which we can understand that. In Bhajagovindam, when he discusses about Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatare Shayanam, Iha samsare bahudustare kripaya pare pahi murare. Again birth, again death, again getting into the mother's womb. I am tired of this. What did I find? So relieve me from all these things. At that particular thing he mentions, I don't know whether I am getting it. It's a beautiful. Getting it. Today this control VF is not behaving at all.
Should I find something?
Get some.
What is the word over there? I'll have to restart it only.
You close this. And that we will do it. Go back for that's all.
Options. We go to the end of the temple. Yeah. Yeah. I'll restart it quickly, so much 1 minute it will take.
But I,
In the PPT, is it?
anyway, let us not lose the thread. So the third test is to see that whether whatever we do takes us closer to Papa or not. This should be the yardstick by which we can measure all our thoughts and actions. If our thoughts and actions are influenced by universal consciousness, that means we think in terms of always we. It is not contracted to me and mine. Whenever the fellow takes charge of us, then we must be cautious. We may not be aware, but we have to be cautious by reading, by hearing. That is why we are being facilitated to go through all these things, so that as an individual we have got fixed ideas about ourselves, our norms, our likes and dislikes, our priorities, our preferences. So it will come and dominate. Naturally it will come and dominate. So here Mataji is telling us, in order to understand the real Papa in us, we have to put ourselves into this test, whether it is dominated by Deha-buddhi or vishwa-buddhi. Whatever we do, we should always have dasatva, and the body will not dominate us, because we will all the time be aware that it is Papa who is doing all actions through us. That stage, at least we can keep on reading and assimilating. Because that means the Deha-buddhi should hand over everything, the sense of doership, the sense of everything. Even now these words are coming because he is there in the form of life force. He is there in the form of consciousness. He is there in the form of intelligence. And it is being expressed through the words he has brought it out. The body it has brought it out. The sound it has brought it out. And it is now giving it out. For reasons known to that Papa. So that the identity is completely given leave, sanctioned leave. It will not go, but it is given leave. So that when we try to refine ourselves, this is the process of refinement.
Self-employed.
Huh?
Self-employed.
We have to keep on. It's a beautiful word. Mataji is this, beautiful. The third test is to see whether whatever we do takes us closer to Papa or not. This should be the yardstick by which we can measure all our thoughts and actions. If our thoughts and actions are influenced by universal consciousness, that means universal consciousness is not a big thing. Whether it comes out of the me and mine. A person comes, an object comes, a situation arises. Whether we are dealing with it spontaneously, without any color or without any this thing. Spontaneity. Spontaneity out of purity, It is not impulsively reacting. No, that is also there. But that is based on the individuality. Our vasanas, our tastes, our tendencies, our temperament, it is all based upon that. It is something else. This is spontaneity. The purity comes out in the form of spontaneity. So whether whatever we do, it should always be a dasatva. The feeling of being the servant, that means everything has been provided. That's why we said we go back to the three questions again and again and again. All the problems start because of our identity. The identity that we have given to us is dominating us. The identity that has been given to us for the sake of Vyavaharik Dharma, it is now dominating us. We have appointed a CEO and the CEO is dominating us. We are unable to come out of that. We have appointed him, but when it over-dominates, what happens? That is the problem most of us are facing. So then the body idea will not dominate us because we will all the time be aware that it is Papa who is doing all the actions through us. Again, Papa means that Nirguna, Nirvigara, Nirakara, Shashvata, Ananda Swarup. On the other hand, if we allow the ego to reign in our heart and imagine that we are doing everything on our own, then we are bound to fail. Even when we talk to others or request others to do something, we should do so in the fullest consciousness that it is to a form of Papa that we are talking or making a request. If we just remember this one thing, then we cannot but be humble in our approach to others. A practical methodology Mataji is prescribing. Through that she is not asking us to do something which is beyond logic. It is not a dictum or a dogma thrust upon us. She just wants us to go back and explore. The ego or individualism or the ego is because of this identity, over dominance of the identity. It is needed. So long as we have the embodied self, it is needed. Suppose you are to be called. If you don't have a name, how will be called? What a chaos. Do that. Everybody will look. So it is a Vyavaharik necessity, individuality. It is necessary to lead a individual life, family life, professional life, social life. But all the time we should be conscious that the identity is not our original being. Identity we did not come with the identity, to be very frank. We did not land with this body with an identity. We were a nameless child with no prefix or suffix. That is the Papa form. A very, very, very profound and sublime idea Mataji is giving to us. I will again read, let us see whether we are in a position to move toward that. Papa's test comes to us in 3 or 4 ways. These are all tests. First, we have to stand guard to see whether the functions we do with our body are dominated by body consciousness or universal consciousness, Deha Buddhi or Vishwa-buddhi. Vishwa-buddhi, the moment we know that it is a part and parcel of the Vishwa, it is not independent.
Selfless.
No. Part of the Vishwa. The Panchabhutas are responsible for this. The entire novables, the creations. The individual cannot live by itself. It is purely interdependent, interrelated. It has come from the same source. All these things are that will give us some idea about this universal consciousness or vishwa-buddhi. Without air, I cannot. That is vishwa-buddhi. Without water, I cannot. I did not produce air. I did not produce water. I did not produce the earth. I did not produce the space. I did not produce the body temperature. I did not produce the sun. Whatever I use, I have not produced. All creature comforts have come from my co-creations. So we are all interlinked, interdependent. So when I arrogate, I want to do this, we are negating all these things. That is Deha Buddhi. When I become conscious that I am a part and parcel of the stupendous whole, WHOLE, then I become a part and parcel of it. Then I will not have any independent this thing. Though independent outward, inside I know I am a part and parcel of this stupendous whole. That is what she is pointing out. First we have to stand guard to see whether the functions we do with our body are dominated by body consciousness or universal consciousness, Deha Buddhi or Vishwa Buddhi. We have to keep watch on our movements and actions. What a beautiful message for our Mahasamadhi day, Think. Then in our conduct towards those around us, we have to test ourselves from moment to moment to see if our behavior, our way of talking with them, is dominated by Deha Buddhi or Vishwa Buddhi. The third test is to see whether whatever we do takes us closer to Papa or not. That is the Vishwa Buddhi. This should be the yardstick by which we can measure all our thoughts and actions. If our thoughts and actions are influenced by universal consciousness, that means I am a part of this universe. I am there, just like the various parts of this mic. It is there, but it becomes functional only when the electricity is there. Similarly, all these parts are there, but when he is not there, it becomes useless. So I become aware that this should be the yardstick by which we can measure all our thoughts and all actions. If our thoughts and actions are influenced by universal consciousness, it means we are indeed going nearer Papa. If, on the other hand, we allow ourselves to be ruled by the body idea, it means we are drifting away from Papa. Whatever we do, we should always have dasatva, the feeling of being the servant in our heart. Then the body idea will not dominate us, because we will all the time be aware that it is Papa who is doing all actions through us. On the other hand, if we allow the ego to reign in our heart and imagine that we are doing everything on our own, then we are bound to fail. Even if we talk to others or request others to do something, we should do so in the fullest consciousness that it is to a form of Papa. That Nirguna Niraga, then in our language we can say the form of Papa means life force, consciousness, intelligence, who is doing all actions through us. If we just remember this one thing, then we cannot but be humble in our approach to others. If we just remember this one thing, then we cannot but be humble in our approach to others. So this is the indwelling reality of Papa. So through this form, Papa is taking us to the formless reality, which is in us everywhere. So on the Mahasamadhi day, we have been now prompted to think on these lines. Even if something of it enters in our thinking system, in our judging, in our handling, in our acting or reacting, it will have tremendous effect, tremendous impact. And one thing also, not that we are all novices. No. All of us have been trying this in our own way. And at times we get this, at times we lose this. Not that we are selfish throughout. Not that we are self-centered throughout. But it is like that snake and ladder. At times we are in a sattvic mood. Suddenly it slips into the other one. So now we are trying to watch. You gave us this opportunity to go nearer to you, but make us to lose many a time. Please don't do that. Make us to get stabilized in this. Instead of this up and down. So you are giving us an opportunity on your 63rd Samadhi day to know more about you. And the more and more I become aware of your intrinsic worth, the faster I will be moving towards this. So with such a prayer, we will approach the Mahasamadhi day. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om
Shri Ram, Jai
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Even the slow chanting, we can try to remember all these dimensions, because in slow chanting, you hear the sound. And the sound can come only from a base where there are no sound. So the soundless base upon which the sound comes. Some idea about the indwelling Papa. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram